Finally, the day that the people of Niger have been waiting have come. This is the result of their struggle. So France is going to pull out both its ambassador and its troops from Niger. This has been announced on the televised interview of President Macron as of Sunday yesterday. I'm going to share the footage with you, meaning the journalists sharing on their own platform on France 24. But before that, hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa. So bringing you the latest from Niger and the region. So let me go ahead and share this with you, and we're going to come back.
About the ambassador being recalled in the next few hours. He talked about the winding down of the French military presence. And by the end of the year, all French troops to be removed from the region, an end to that military cooperation. He's called for an end to the putschists, to the coup, and said that they will support other African nations in their fight against terrorism. But this really does mark a kind of withdrawal, I think, from this wider entanglement and the legacies of the France-Afrique, which Macron says cannot continue to exist in that way with this type of coup d'etat. What about the
Well, yeah, you have heard it. So that's what they said. And so he was an interview with two journalists on their national television. But it's really interesting. Just to give you a background of the historical perspective, on 26, this is when the revolution happened, as they call it a coup, or as we call it a revolution. And then within 48 hours, in less than a week, the military administration has said that for French ambassador to leave, it has given it an ultimatum, but the French ambassador did not leave, and then they have taken different legal measures for him to leave. They have revoked his immunity of diplomatic status. They have given him a person non grata. They have cut their utilities of like electricity and water, revoked, as I said, its immunity with family as well there. And then they have banned for the things that go in the embassy, meaning from Nigerian people, like food delivery as well. They have tried everything legal. And in the meantime, also, they have asked for the French troop to leave, in which the French government has continued its arrogance by saying no, and we won't leave our how do you say, our deal, our contract. It's definitely, and they're right. I mean, it's a contract that they have with their, they're right in a way that I'm trying to blame us, our leaders who signed this contract with their, with the French government or the French colonial tax, so that gives them a ground to continue with the arrogance that they have been, President Macron have been showing us. President Macron, he was not alone. He has been backed by the US government. He has been backed by the European Union and different, individual, also the collective West, who have been forced to leave the country. And they have also evacuated their people. The French who were living there have been evacuated, and other European and Canadian, Belgium, Italian, who have soldiers there. So it was the French and the US. And mind you, in the midway, the US have been quiet, was not even calling it a coup. So we were all wondering, and then they have really relocated from base 1 to base 2, from Niamey, the capital, to Agadez. They have the biggest drum base in the continent in Niger. So they have been just quiet, and that's something also needs to be watched, and what is going to what's going to evolve out of this. And I think the French, so far, it's what's the President Macron and the journalist, as you have heard, he's reporting it. that Macron said, we cannot continue in this situation. Definitely, who made it not to continue in that situation? It is the people of Niger who have been demanding. That also should not be forgotten. They have been there for, with a sitting permanent rally, tenting there in front of the airbase of France in Niamey, calling for their withdrawal, but also the military of Niger was there for nothing of a sticky situation not to happen. Imagine that they attack. I mean, that will give them the full background to attack and have a war. But do not also forget what the role of ECOWAS, who have been threatening France, who have been threatening Niger to attack and to militarily intervene. They have been backed by France. They have been, the West have been waiting, especially France have been waiting to go on their back and, attack Niger. But that didn't happen. They have contributed forces, Niger, Benin, Togo, Ghana, also, all this, the African people, all this advocation that we do, people have been aware, and they have been also sensitizing their own government, even those who are allowed to attack and even those who are allowed to contribute their force. So all this, it's the people of Niger and the people of Africa at the end who won this battle and, called for the French removal. So as you have heard, the troops will withdraw at the end of the year, but the French ambassador, within few hours, he will be recalled. So just before I leave, I will ask, what do you think about this? Why all the continued French arrogance, if this is what they decide at the end? And is this can we take it as a full submission? They said also they will continue cooperating with other African countries. What does that mean? And what does this mean for Niger? And what of, that of the US, another neo-colonial brother, or whatever you can call it, in the region and within Niger itself? So we're going to do a bigger live stream discussion about this. But until then, we really need your thoughts on this and your questions, doubts, hesitations, anything. Please throw it in the comment section, and we're going to come back and do a live stream on this subject. So thank you all for tuning in. You have heard it from them, so it's true. He has said it. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next one. All right, bye.